What a gorgeous spot to be living the van life out here in the Hells Canyon National Recreation Area. Absolutely gorgeous spot. This is an annual trip I do every year with my buddy Matt, and we did some exploring the other day while we were waiting for parts on the van, and we found this particular camp spot. We've never been here before, and as soon as we got the van fixed, we got moved over here yesterday, and it is gorgeous. I have to say, I've been to a lot of beautiful places to camp, and I would say this is probably in the top 10% of just absolutely gorgeous places. You got this river flowing out in front, and we're down in this valley, and it's just big canyons and snow-capped hills, and absolutely gorgeous. Just a great place to, spend a few days and camp and shoot photography. And speaking of photography, it turns out that Nick Page Photography doesn't live more than 2.5–3 hours away, so we've been really trying to get together and shoot some photography together. So when he found out that I was in the area, he made the trip over, and he's camped out next to me in his Chevy ZR2, and we're hoping to get out today and shoot some photography and camp and just have a great time. So yeah, really looking forward to it. Alright guys, so one of the things that we're doing on this trip is we've got the drifter trailer set up over here, and actually Matt's been using the trailer as his camp setup, but we've also have it all set up here right now as kind of our community kitchen, and this is where we've been having our meals, and then we've had the campfires and stuff out in front of it. But Matt's been using it. How do you like the how you been using the drifter trailer, Matt?
I like it. It's fun. It's a lot quicker and easier than the tent. Breaking it down, moving camp spots and stuff like that. Keeps it dry. It's comfy. Plenty of room inside. I love it.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
Because a lot of you guys have been asking why I kind of quit using the drifter trailer and started sleeping inside the van, and the main reason why for me is if the weather's bad. The nice thing about the van is when I pull into camp, and if it's late and the weather's bad, I don't have to do anything. I can just climb in the back of the van. It's already warm. I can turn my Propex heater on, and it's good to go. But the trailer was very comfortable, and if I was still using a pickup, the trailer would definitely still be the way to go. And I'm still going to be using the trailer because I really like this type of setup, as far as when we're somewhere like this where we're going to spend several days in one location. It's really nice to set it up as a base camp and still have the vehicles available to go run around and do other things without having to tear everything down every time. So the trailer is still going to be kind of my base camp setup. All right guys, so we're over at Nick's setup. So how's the ZR2 treating you for the camping trips?
Pretty good. This is pretty much like the maiden voyage. So the first time out with a bunch of untested stuff, it's always a little interesting. You discover, oh, that I can't actually get to that. So it's so far so good. I've got like a deck system that I was really excited about. I had a deck drawer system, and it's keeping things organized, but I'm definitely noticing the weight a lot in the back. Between the Alu-Cab canopy, the James Burrowd roof tent, and then got my fridge, and then the deck system, it's getting really heavy, and I'm noticing it when I drive now. So yeah, the downsides.
Well, that's kind of part of it. I mean, I'm the same thing with the van, and I've noticed some extra weight, and I'm starting to kind of get that mindset of like, okay, what can I do to start lightening things up? And as well as anything, I mean, camera gear, camping gear, we're constantly changing it and trying to find that system that works, good. And And it's one of those things, like what works for one person isn't always going to work for another. You know, you really have to take that time yourself and get things working individually for you,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, so I'm primarily a landscape photographer. So a lot of times the whole reason I'm out camping is so I can get up in the morning or shoot sunset, which means that I need a setup that I can quickly set up and tear down. I like the James Barad roof tent for that because it's really quick to set up. It's not necessarily super quick to, you know, close back up. But so far it seems to be working pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I've just been kind of sitting here a little bit and just finishing up my last little bits of coffee and just really enjoying how beautiful everything is here. Like I said this morning in the opening part of this video, I feel like this is definitely one of the high 10% spots that I've been to that is just absolutely gorgeous. And you know, right now the sun's high in the sky, and as far as photography is concerned for me and Nick, you know, it's not necessarily the best time to be shooting, but nonetheless, to just be sitting here and looking out over this area, it is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and definitely makes me appreciate the lifestyle that I lead, the van life, the new van life lifestyle, you know. And of course before that I was even, you know, I was doing it out of the trailer and everything, but I've definitely had my challenges doing the van life. I've had some frustrations, some setbacks, and you know, that kind of stuff can really start to wear on you. But when you can sit here and look out over an area and be in an area like this, it really makes you realize how much it's worth it. And you know I'm going to get the van worked out. I'm going to get a lot of those little issues worked out and get the van being reliable and good. And I think I'm pretty much there now that I've kind of replaced the parts myself with good parts. I think it will be all right. But I look forward to many more trips and many more moments like this, being able to just sit, pet on my old dog, drink some coffee, and look out over a beautiful landscape. Alright guys, well, I can't say I'm doing much in the way of photography. I haven't really found anything that's, you know, really stood out to me as being fantastic. But just being out here has paid off, because I can't shoot it with my lens, it's just too far away. But I'm sitting here watching 4 elk standing in this river and just kind of wandering around and not really doing much of anything. They just kind of hanging out in the river. Nick just ran back to his truck and he's grabbing his longer lens and see if maybe he can grab something. But sometimes it's worth being out even if you don't get a shot. As the evening came to a close, we gathered around the fire and chatted as friends do. And though we joked and laughed, and the crackle of the fire and the sound of the night brought a comforting peace, there was a somberness that filled the evening air as the realization that our time in this beautiful place was coming to an end. I cherish these moments because even though I spend a lot of time exploring the backcountry on my own, time with friends always leaves a lasting memory.